episode, so you can probably expect some awkwardness, but hopefully it goes okay. I am a knitter, and this is mostly a knitting podcast, but I'm also a sewist. I also cross stitch. I also am getting into pottery and ceramics. I love crafting. Like, I just love everything. So if you have maybe thought of it or, you know, are into it, I probably dabbled or want to dabble or whatever. So mostly knitting. Hopefully you guys are interested in maybe listening to my other stuff too. I mean, if anyone even watches this, which probably not, but whatever, we're gonna give it a try. I wanted to do this for about a year now. I finally got the guts to do it. Like, this feels so weird, but I mean, anyone who's did this, I'm sure, has felt the same way. So I'm just gonna put myself out there, see how it goes, see what happens, and go from there. So I might just be talking to myself, but whatever. I'm gonna show you a few things today. I have some knitting projects on the go right now, some whips, some works in progress. I have some recent finished objects I'll show you too, and then also a couple of magazines and some cross stitch. So, oh my god, there's like a bird at the window. Just one sec. There's like a magpie outside trying to peck something off the window. Anyways, I'm back. Where was I? Right, finished objects, some cross stitch, knitting, magazines. We'll just go first. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Whitney, which I think I already mentioned, but I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I've lived here pretty much my entire life. I've spent some time on the East Coast, and I've done a couple study abroads, which was amazing, but this is my hometown, and I think it's probably where I'll end up staying for the rest of my life. I mean, who knows, but I do love it here. If you don't know anything about Calgary, we are Western Canada, nowhere near the coast. We're kind of in the prairies at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, so Banff is really close, and Canmore, and there's lots of beautiful skiing, hiking, just like gorgeous scenery around here. It's a pretty amazing place to live. So yeah, I live here with my partner, and what else can I tell you? I am actually not working right now, so this is part of the reason why I have so much time for my knitting projects and other stuff. There's a long story to that, but I'll probably save that for later. It's like pretty personal, so if I decide to do this and like long term and keep making videos, then yeah, I'll probably talk about it, but for the time being, I'll just leave it at that. And also, you know, pandemic, 2 years, staying at home, not working meant a lot of crafting time. So I've really dug deep into, you know, all of the things. So what else? Why I'm doing this. So I have gotten so much out of YouTube, similar video podcasts, I guess. I don't know why people call them podcasts. It's not really a vlog. I don't know what the word for it is, but I guess podcasts. I've follow a ton of people, mostly knitting, some cross stitch too. I'll probably share with you guys like some of my favorite channels, but honestly, a lot of the ones I follow, if you're like at all remotely interested in what I'm doing, you probably already follow them. So of watching other people posting about their crafting and their making on YouTube, and I thought I'd try the same thing. I don't know how this is going to work out, but we'll see, and I just thought it would be nice to share my things with people who are into the same things as me. So I have family and friends here, but none of them are into crafting. Like, no one. No one is, especially knitting. Like, they're all supportive and they love seeing my stuff. But it's just like, it'd be really nice to share what I'm doing with a larger community, with some other people who are interested in the same things. And I've gotten so much out of watching other people, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And just take a... So yeah, I guess I can start with what I'm wearing. This is the Oslo Sweater by Petit Knit. I finished this probably a few weeks ago. I wanted to finish it for my birthday in March. My birthday is the day after St. Patrick's Day, so green is always appropriate. It's also one of my favorite colors. So this yarn is actually really special to me. It's held double. So one strand is Nutiden, which again, if you watch any podcasts, you probably have heard of Nutiden before. But I'll show you. I brought, like, I have a little bit left here. So this is, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this because I'm going to butcher it. But I bought this back in May of 2021. And this was my first purchase, actually, of Nutiden. I've since become a patron, and I love, like, Caroline and her weekly videos and the colors they come out with. I mean, I could talk about this yarn forever, but again, I'm sure a lot of you know a lot about Nutiden, but I don't know. Let me know if you want to know more about this. I can talk more. But it's just this, like, beautiful, like, grassy green color. I'm not sure if this will focus, but we'll give it a shot. And I held it with this Mohair silk blend. It's by Gathering Yarns. It's Silk Mohair Aire is what it's called, and the color is Forest. 75% mohair, 25% silk, and these two colors are actually quite different, but they just, like, combine to make this magical, like, watercolor green that I absolutely love. So this is one of my favorite sweaters that I've made so far. I probably, like, you'll see them. If I make more videos, I'll just wear a different sweater every time, but this pattern is amazing. It's Petit Knit is, I think she's from Denmark, but her patterns, this is the first Petit Knit pattern I've ever knit, but it was just written really beautifully. I found it very clear and straightforward, and I'll probably put in some shots here of, like, close up. The way it's constructed is it's kind of like a V. So, and the shoulder seams are kind of at the back. They're kind of invisible, and I love the doubled up neckline and just the way it fits. It's just perfect. Perfect length in the arms as well as in the torso, and I love this sweater so much. Unfortunately, I won't be able to wear it for too much longer because it's going to be summer here soon, but Calgary has famously unpredictable springs. Like, I think we got a foot of snow a couple days ago. It was insane. So there's still snow on the ground, but then it's probably going to be 20 degrees in, like, a week. And this is Celsius, obviously. I'm in Canada, so I have no idea what temperature that is in Fahrenheit. But anyways, just take another sip here. So yes, I love this pattern. And I think that's really all I have to say about it. The Nutiden and the silk, it's really nice to hold them together because Nutiden's quite fragile, so it can draft. It's an unspun yarn, so it can draft quite easily, but holding it with the silk mohair just made it so much easier and faster to knit. I also love holding Nutiden double and knitting. I'll show you probably some projects some other times that I've done that way. But I think the next thing I want to try with Nutiden is find a pattern to try just one strand and see how that works out, because I think it would make just like a really beautiful, airy but warm and light sweater, like maybe something like a pullover, but we'll see what happens. Moving on. Oh, and since I'm wearing these, I might as well talk about them. The jeans I'm wearing are, I made these. These are the Ginger jeans by Closet Core Patterns. I'll just like stand up and turn around and show you guys. These, I actually couldn't believe how awesome this pattern was and how easy it is to make denim jeans. I thought, whoa, there's no way I can make jeans, but I actually purchased the Closet Core. There's an online course that they offer, and it really, I can't remember, it was a while ago, so I can't remember how much it was, but essentially you buy the course and you get a pattern with the course. So I chose the Ginger jeans, but they also have the Morgan jeans, which is more like a more relaxed, like boyfriend style, that you can make with non-stretch denim. These are the Ginger jeans, so you can make them in a flare or like a skinny leg. I haven't worn flare jeans since high school, so not going back there. But these are more of like a straight cut. I actually, I did narrow on the legs quite a bit, and I would actually do it more in the ankles next time. But the course was fantastic. She brings you through every single step and makes it super easy, and even talks about where to get denim, like how much stretch to get, what weight. There's just like a wealth of knowledge, and I kind of worked it out. I mean, I'm a sucker for designer jeans, so I would spend upwards of $200 on a pair of jeans. They would last me for years, but $200 is like not a small amount of money. And I bought what I thought was enough for one pair of jeans. It's really nice denim from, I think this is from Blackbird Fabrics in Vancouver, but if you haven't checked them out, you should. And you so, oh my god, Blackbird is amazing. They have so many, like, guaranteed you're gonna love whatever you get from there. But anyways, I digress. I think it was $60, and I ended up with enough denim to make 2 pairs of jeans. So I think after 2 or 3 pairs, I'm gonna be saving money on what I would spend on jeans normally, and then I don't have to go look for them, and I don't have to go try them on in the store. So I can't recommend that enough either if you're a sewer. Back to knitting. So the next finished object I'm gonna show you is, these are pretty simple. These are, what are these? What's this pattern? It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I'm just looking at my notes here. What is it called? 0815 hat. So this is a free pattern on Ravelry, and the designer is stadtkindknits. Oh, and just by the way, I will put information for everything I talk about in the notes, because I really appreciate when other people do that, so I will do that too. But this is actually acrylic yarn. I made a temperature blanket for 2020. And if you don't know what a temperature blanket is, it's, well, what I did is it's a crochet blanket, and for every day in 2020, I had like a temperature range for each color. I think I had around 10 colors or something like that. And depending on the high that day, I would add one row of whatever color corresponded with that. So I bought a bunch of acrylic yarn for that, and this is right when I was like really getting back into knitting, and I have all this leftover acrylic yarn, which I'm not a huge fan of. So I definitely don't want to throw it out. I believe in like not wasting things. And so what I'm doing is I'm making a bunch of these hats. I love the pattern. I think they're so cute. And my plan is to hopefully have a bunch of these using all my leftover acrylic yarn. And then in the fall, next fall, I'm going to drop them off somewhere and donate them for maybe the drop-in center here somewhere where they could use, you know, hats to give out to people to keep warm. So that's my plan. So here I have this guy. I think this is an adult medium. And the acrylic yarn is actually, it's the stuff they sell at Michael's here. It's the, I think it's called Loops and Threads Impeccable. And this is the color Forest. And this is the color Claret. This is an adult large. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working through my yarn. I'll show you guys quickly whenever I finish one, but I just kind of like, I don't have one cast on right now, but I plan on just kind of having one on the needles all the time as some mindless rib knitting. It's a super simple pattern. Okay, I had to leave there for a bit because my 4 GB memory card filled up very quickly, much quicker than I thought it would. So I have another 16 gig card in there. Hopefully that's enough for the rest of this. But I think I might be chattier than I thought I would. Anyways, moving on. I can't remember where I was. I think I was about to show you some of my works in progress. So, what should I start with? Okay, knitting first. Since it's here, I am obsessed with project bags, but I cannot afford to buy them, so I make them. I also quilt, so I have a lot of, other than garment sewing, so I have some fashion fabric, but I also have quilting fabric. That's what this colorful stuff is. But this is a pattern from Kandou Crafts. They sell on their patterns on Etsy, and honestly, like, these are so fun and easy to make, and I love them. They work perfectly for knitting. This is just a drawstring bucket bag, but I can show you a bit here. I'll just insert some, what do they call it, B-roll? Anyways, I'm a pro now, apparently. But, so this is, my first work in progress. This is the Faye sweater. So, bottom up, very fine gauge. This is like a light fingering weight yarn. This yarn is, actually before I get to the yarn, I'll talk about the pattern. So, Faye pattern. This is a long sleeve pullover with lace on the sides, and it's from the Amarisu magazine from Spring Summer 2021. So my parents actually got me this beautiful magazine for Christmas, and it's so beautiful. Like, I don't know if any of you have looked at these magazines, but the photography is gorgeous, and there are so many nice patterns in here that I want to make. So I'll just show you guys. This is the Faye, so that's what it's going to look like. And there's some other close-up shots here I can show you guys. I obviously won't show you the pattern because. So, absolutely gorgeous by Fiona Alice. And I had this yarn in my stash for a while. I actually bought it for another sweater, but realized it wasn't really going to work that well. This is called Sweetgrass, and it's by Purl Soho. It's an undyed yarn. It's 65% organic cotton and 35% superfine alpaca. So this, I love this yarn. It is gorgeous. I'm a huge fan of alpaca. I think it's so soft and just beautiful. But if you're a knitter and you've knit with alpaca, you know that there's some unique challenges. It doesn't have that bounce that wool does. But anyways, this cotton alpaca blend, it's like the alpaca adds something to cotton, because I usually found it a little bit difficult to knit with cotton, but this is just beautiful. It has a bit of drape, and I think it's going to be perfect for like a spring summer pullover. Even during the summer here, it gets cold at night, so I'm totally going to wear this year round. But the color is called Beech Bark, and it's this like heathered, beautiful heathered gray color. And I guess it would be almost like my guess is like a black alpaca, or like a really, really dark gray mixed with just like a light gray cotton. So I'm loving this so far. This is going to take forever, but it's really nice. The lace pattern is really, really easy. And then it has this really interesting bias on it. I don't know if you can really see, but the way it's going to hang is actually the hem won't be straight because of the way you knit the stockinette stitch. So I'll keep showing this to you guys as I work on it. I adore it. I think it's gorgeous, and it'll, I'm sure, be worth all of the effort put in. Yeah, so that's that one. My next whip is something that's kind of an experiment. So I have never designed a pattern before. I'm not a designer. I won't be after this one, but I bought this yarn from Purl Soho as well. It's called, this is all messy now, but it's called Burnish, and it's actually 100% bamboo. So it's rayon made from bamboo. And the color of this one, it's called Prussian Blue. And so hopefully you get like a close up there. But this is so soft and drapey. Like, I can't explain how soft and drapey this is. It's gonna make an awesome summer tee, which is what I wanted to do with it. So I bought the yarn, and you'll see this happens a lot. So I had a pattern in mind. The pattern I had in mind is actually Ginkgo Fight by Emily Green, and I might put a picture up in here because it's a gorgeous pattern. And I bought the pattern like 2 years ago, and I still haven't made it because I haven't found the right yarn for it. You need something drapey, but not too drapey, and I think it calls for a blend, like a silk wool blend. Burnish yarn. Started this pattern, realized really quickly it just wasn't going to work out well. This doesn't have any recovery because there's no wool in it, so it's like super drapey, and there's a lot of lace in that pattern, so it just wasn't working for me. So I spent hours and hours and hours and hours looking on Ravelry for like a t-shirt that would work with the gauge I was getting, and I couldn't find anything I loved enough to like put all this time into, because it says it's a sport weight, but I would say it's definitely more of a fingering weight yarn. And also I will say this is a little challenging to knit with. It is splitty, and it's slippery, so it's just not what I'm used to, and it's taking me longer to knit up because of those things. So I actually got a book for Christmas from my brother-in-law, and it's Amy Herzog's sweater book, I think it's called. So I decided to look through that and look through some of her suggestions, and I'm designing a drop shoulder t-shirt. It's going to be super simple. It's just kind of like my first attempt at making something custom for me that you know, doesn't come with a pattern already. So I'll show you what it looks like now. I don't have a ton done, but basically the way I'm going to do it, because this yarn is so drapey, I think it could use some structure. So I'm actually going to knit this in pieces, and I'm knitting it bottom up in pieces. It's going to be a drop shoulder, and it will mainly be reverse stockinette. So of course I didn't finish to the end of this row, but we'll make do. So reverse stockinette, and if you see this part here, I'm intending on like folding this up and having this really clean line at the bottom. So like this is the center. So basically what I'd like to do is, if you see these like two kind of like stockinette stripes that are going all the way up, eventually I plan on splitting those two at the center and making like a v-neck, and then just making a simple, super simple like drop shoulder tee. So I don't even know if I'm going to add sleeves, depending on how all this ease works and stuff. I've never done it before. I'm just going to kind of wing it, and we'll see. So that is my two yet to be named like summertime t-shirt that I'm knitting with the burnish, and I am in love with this color. It's like a bluey green. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And this is another bag. This is another Kandou Crafts bag, just like a smaller kind of drawstring little bag that I made as well. So I'll show you guys this. And yeah, I love it. So next, I'll just put this away. Okay. Okay, so this last one I'm so pumped about. I can't even. So I don't know if I mentioned before, but I got into spinning yarn, my own yarn, last year. And basically what sparked this whole thing was I love fractally spun yarn. If any of you have seen Dream State or I forget, anyways, Spin Cycle yarns, they make a bunch of fractally spun yarns, but they are so way out of my budget. I can't even, like, maybe one day for like a super special project I might be able to invest in some, but here in Canada they basically cost, I think, like 40 or 50 bucks for like a 50 grand skein. It's absolutely insane. So I got into spinning because I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to invest in the spinning wheel, but that's, you know, a one-time cost. Hopefully I might talk about the wheel I bought. It's actually an e-spinner for reasons that I will also talk about later. I actually can't use a normal like treadle spinning wheel, so I knew I wanted to go with an e-spinner, and I just splurged on like the Hanson Pro mini spinner, and honestly it's amazing. I love it. But this project is my first project I'm making with my own fractally spun yarn. So I'll show you the beginning. It's a shawl by Andrea Mowry, and I don't know if you know who she is, but like, of course you do. Everyone knows who she is. At least everyone who knits, but she has a pattern called the Inclination shawl, and I saw that and I thought it was so beautiful, and I just like had to make it. So this is what it looks like so far, and this is a combination of two yarns, so I'll show you the yarns in a sec, but like, can you even, this is so cool. Like, it's just, I'm addicted. I think I started this yesterday, so I think I'm gonna fly through this. I have to just like savor it, because watching these gradual color changes is just like the funnest thing ever. So these two colors, so the shawl calls for 6 colors, and I'm using 4 because it's actually really customizable. She actually goes through in the patterns, like, you can make it one color, you can make it, like, you can basically just do whatever you want. It's like it's basically like a recipe. And it's this textured knitting pattern. It's the first time I've done it. I won't give away too much, because if you love this, you should get the pattern. But it's super meditative. It's easy to remember. The increases are like I don't have to refer to the pattern anymore. I can just knit away. So I'll show you the yarn. This is one of the colors. So this is 100% Targhee wool. This is comb top, hand dyed by Sweet Georgia. So they're a company out in Vancouver, and my local yarn store sells some of their hand-dyed top, and they had a sale a while ago, so they had, I think it was 20% off all of their fiber braids, so I bought a few, to say the least. This one is called, this colorway is called, I think this one is called Spring Fling. So, like, as you can see, like, I'm a beginner. Like, this is not perfect by any means, but that's not the point, right? Like, it's all about learning, and it's so much fun, like knitting with your hand spun. I can't recommend it enough, and you learn so much while you're spinning. But anyways, I digress. This is Spring Fling. This second color I'm using is Aurora, and these are all 100% Targhee. They're just different colorways. And then the two other colors that I will be fading into is this one. This is Fairytale. And this is Blueberry Cobbler. So I'm obsessed. I love these colors. They're so bright, so saturated. I was actually really surprised when I spun up these skeins and washed them. Like, there was barely any bleeding at all, which is crazy when you think about it. Like, these saturated blues and purples, I've had commercial yarns that just bleed all over the place. These are great. And yes, it's definitely an investment. Not as much of an investment as buying the Dream State yarn or the other fractal yarn that you can buy from Spin Cycle. But yeah, this is the Inclination shawl, and I am sure I'm gonna breeze through this quite quickly. So that is the third project. That's all I have on the needles right now. Usually, like, I have anywhere between like 2 and 5 projects on the go. Okay. There are tons of term, hopefully. My battery just died, but luckily I had another one charging, so here I am again. I have no idea how long I've been talking for, but I'm just going to keep going. So, anyways, that's all the knitting I have to show today, so I'm going to show some other stuff. First, I want to show you guys this magazine. So, this Making magazine, this is the second year I've had a subscription to it, and this just came in the mail. I think it's officially going to be released tomorrow. Today I'm recording on Thursday. What day is it? April 22nd, 2022. But I wanted to show this because this is one of my favorite issues. They're all amazing. It has sewing projects, it has quilting, embroidery, like garment sewing, knitting, everything. Like, there's just so many, and it's perfect for someone like me who loves to just do all different kinds of crafts. Like, I kind of get bored easily, I guess, so I like to have a variety of things on the go at once, and I just wanted to show a couple of my favorite things from this magazine, because if I can enable someone to buy this, then I will feel great about it, because I think it's just absolutely fantastic. So first up, look at this backpack. Okay, I have to cover this because I don't want to give away any of the details. Sorry, just one sec. Da, 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 da. Okay. So, first up, this freaking adorable little, like, backpack. And since you've seen some of the bags I've made before, I absolutely have to make this. I love the idea of making this for, just like if I want to knit in plein air in the summer. I mean, look at how cute this is. It's so cute. Anyways, so that's definitely something I'm going to make from this. Another thing is, there are a pair of shorts in here that I think are so cute. Look at these. They like do up in the front. They look so comfortable and breezy. I can just totally imagine myself putting these on in the garden, or just like to go for a walk outside or whatever. So can't wait to eat those. Here's another photo of them. They're just like, they're so cute. Here's the other picture of them. There's also, oh my god, yes. Like, look at these. Look at these little cushions. They're so cute. There's also a beautiful wrap sweater. So wrap sweaters, like, one of my favorite, I guess, silhouettes. And this, speaking of the Sweetgrass, this actually calls for this Purl Soho Sweetgrass. So knowing that I love the yarn, I absolutely have to make this. There's a picture of that. It just looks so nice. Oh, there's a hat in here, there's a bag, there's like a wrap that looks woven almost, but it's not, it's knit. There's a blanket, there's just so many beautiful things in here. So number 13, Outside Making Magazine. I highly recommend. It's awesome. Okay. So I have a couple cross stitch projects. So a couple things about cross stitch. I actually learned to cross stitch a really long time ago. My aunt is a prolific cross stitcher. She makes some beautiful things. And I think I had some projects like down in my parents' basements for honestly probably 15, 20 years. And I recently, in kind of the YouTube spiral that I went down, I started following xstitchmd. She's also Canadian. She lives out on the East Coast, and she has so many cool projects, and it just kind of opened my eyes up to, I guess I kind of like thought as cross stitch as like a little kitschy, like not necessarily in a bad way, but like because of listening to her, I kind of started getting into this cross stitch thing more, because there's so many beautiful patterns out there. Like I had no idea. And so I've started like 6 or 7 of them in the past year, and if you cross stitch, you know that like cross stitching, it takes forever. Like every project takes a million years, so it's kind of a little bit ridiculous how many whips I have, but I wanted to show you a couple things I'm working on like mainly right now. So first, let me just grab it. Just one sec. So first, this is I'll show you guys. Sorry, I have a candle going here and I'm afraid I'm gonna like literally light myself on fire, so woo. Okay, so this is the first 2 months of a year-long SAL, I guess it would be called. And this is a pattern by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is one of the designers that Shiloh from xstitchmd kind of enabled me to look into. The person behind Modern Folk Embroidery, his name is Jacob DeGraff, and check him out. You can Google him. He has a website. He has so many beautiful like samplers. This is actually a historic sampler, and it's a year-long SAL. So there's I've just finished, I guess, for January and February. There's 2 more months out right now. So every month he reveals another part of the design, and you can stitch it. It's really fun to follow along, and it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a deadline for things, even though like I'm already 2 months behind, but whatever, I'll catch up. I'm a sucker for a challenge, which you will learn. I actually, last year I did, this is kind of how I started. Last year, going back to knitting a little bit, I did a year-long self-imposed challenge. Kind of crazy. I'll talk about it more probably next episode, but I did every single pattern from the Lina magazine's 52 Weeks of Socks in the year of 2021. So I started January 1st, I did the first sock, and I did 1 a week for the entire year, and I actually can't really believe I did it, but I did it. I posted on Instagram every single week my finished pair of socks, and it was so much fun, and I think that's partly what gave me the motivation to start this YouTube channel. That and the fact that I'm not doing a huge challenge this year except for this cross stitch. So yeah, this is partly why I'm doing this. And if you want to look, if you're interested at all in what I did last year, you can check out my Instagram. I'm known as slowcozy, as you probably know, because this is what I'm going to name my channel on YouTube. And I'm at slowcozy on Instagram. So if you're interested, give me a look on there, and you can see all of my posts from last year. And I try and post there regularly. I kind of burnt out a bit from like that huge project last year that I haven't been posting as much, but I still try and keep up. And I'm definitely going to keep posting there. So if you're interested, give it a look, and I will include more close-ups of this pattern. But basically this, if you're wondering, the linen is a 36 count Edinburgh linen in the color granite, and yeah, 36 count. And then the thread I'm using is just a DMC. It's like the Blanc color, like capital BLANC. I just got a bunch of skeins of that, and it's really fun doing these one color samplers because you don't have to worry about like any confetti. You can just kind of like follow the pattern. It's super relaxing, and I'm loving this so far. It's actually super out of my comfort zone. I usually wouldn't go for colors like this, but I thought I'd try something new. So that's that. The next thing I want to show you is, speaking of challenges, so this is another year-long thing I decided to do, and I'm definitely not going to finish this all this year because these are quite detailed, but this is I'll show you this here. So this pattern is called, well, the whole set is called A Year in the Forest, and it's by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this jackrabbit, this is called the jackrabbit, and it's the first one for the spring season. So it would have been March. So this was March's, and I'm almost done. I just need to wait. I'm waiting for one color. It's the lilac color from, I think it's Week's Works. It was back ordered for a really long time, but it finally came back in stock at 123 Stitch. So I jumped on it. I got some. I also got some other stuff that I'll show you if it comes in before I record the next episode. But I'm obsessed. Look at how cute he is. Like, look at those big ears. And the cabin. I mean, I love it. So the way I'm doing it, there's 12, one for each month. Started in January 2022 with the fox, which I'm kind of halfway done. I didn't do the swans yet. That's February because I'm still waiting for one of the colors to come in. It's the Grecian gold color, and it's been out of stock forever at my local shop too, which, by the way, I'm super lucky to live in Calgary because I have traditional stitches here locally, which I know a lot of people know about them because they have a great online shop, and they've actually been closed due to COVID for quite a while here, but they're hopefully they open up in May and I can go visit because I've never been to the store. I just discovered them during the pandemic. So anyways, I digress. This is the way I'm doing these is, as you can see, there's going to be 3 on this one. So this will be March, April, May. So this will be the spring panel. And I'm going to have 1 for each season. So 4 in total. And I'm hoping to frame them all and then just switch them out wherever I decide to put them up in my house to for each season. So this has been super fun. The linen is, it's the recommended substitute. So if you look on Cottage Garden Sampling's website, there's a different color linen for each season, but they were all sold out when I started, and I really wanted to just like get going. So I used the substitution, recommended substitution, which is the Zweigart, what's it called? Vintage Country Mocha. And again, if you cross it, you absolutely know what this is because it's super popular. It's a really nice color. It's super affordable. I just bought a huge panel of it, and then I actually have a serger, so I cut and serged it myself. And yeah, so hopefully at least I have one of these seasons by the end of the year, but honestly, I'm not going to hold myself to that because I'm just enjoying the process. So once I get that lilac color, I will finish off the jackrabbit, and then I can get started on the raccoon, which is the one for April. So yeah, I'm totally behind on this too, but that's fine. I'm okay with it. Okay, so I think that's all. I've talked enough. Honestly, if you made it to the end, if you even watched this, if you watched part of it, thank you so much. I cannot express like how it would feel to even get one person watching this. Like, yeah, it'd be great. And if no one watches, that's cool too, because then I just get to, I don't know, put myself out there, practice a little bit. Hopefully something comes of this, but we'll see. Yeah, so if you want to follow me, I'm slowcozy on Ravelry, all one word. I'm also at slowcozy on Instagram, and if you like this, you know, give me a follow, like the video, that would be awesome. Comment below if you want to see anything, if you have any questions. Yeah, I will definitely respond, because I doubt I'll get a lot of them, if any. So thanks for joining me, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.